Yo, what up, guys? Farmman Rose here. This video is going to be about the MiG 17 again. I got some great damn news to share with you guys. So, I was just talking to Hobby King online about my warranty claim. It's been approved and has reached a settlement, and I now have a order coming my way. A full refunded Avios Mig 17. Brand new, all the hardware, electronics, everything. Man, new gear doors. Finally, I got a new jet and I didn't even pay for it. If you really want to see this, message me on Facebook. My name is Owen Rose. I got a picture of me standing beside my Alt 39. Okay, if you guys want to prove it, if you don't believe me, I can send you a picture of the Snapchat of the chat. I tried to get the rest of the conversation, but for some reasons I ended the chat with her before I was able to do that. So the lady, whoever I was talking to on Hobby King on live chat. So I'm really happy, and now I got this one for parts. I don't think I'm going to use the servos as parts, but I'll use the servos for another airplane. And man, like if I happen to crash the other MiG 17 or damage a wing or whatever, I got wings sitting right here and ready to go. Man, I am excited. Like, I'm gonna have two MiG 17s now. Man, I feel like Dave RC right now. But I think what happened to his, I think you paid for yours, Dave. I'm not too sure. You had to pay for another one. You had to buy a kit. Man, I don't know why I got lucky, but I'm not lying. Like, I'm dead serious. Hobby King just sent, like, they're sending out a brand new Avios Mig 17 to me. It actually will be here in the next week or so. I'll receive an email in the following few days to receive tracking information and status of where the order is moving and where it's coming from. So I'm like more than happy. Like, I talked to her for a while, and like, so I got a whole new MiG 17 to work on. I got all this free wing Metal Gear servos sitting in that box, and I actually have another box right here. I actually didn't buy all the servos at once, but I replaced, like, I bought every servo for every control surface on this airplane, except for the nose gear and the gear doors, the gear door covers or whatever. So I got a few servos in there, and then I got the rest because I was going to order all of them at the one point, but I think somebody I know bought a whole shitload of them for their MiG 17 or whatever, all the 9-gram servos and Metal Gears. So I had to wait, and then I finally got the rest of the servos for it. So I'm like excited now. And I just bought a HRB, I believe it's a 6,000 milliamp 45C pack, I believe, from Amazon. I think it's the same one that Jeff's Custom RC is using, but man, I'm so excited. And guess what? So a few nights ago, I picked up a Cardin aircraft. It is, it's about an 85-inch wingspan, I believe, and I think it's scaled after a Yak 54 or an Edge, or I mean not an Edge, an Extra 300, I believe. It just doesn't have the elevator where it cuts into the air like this one does. It's not like that. It's like this, but the rudder is like this one here, where it cuts into the air. And it's got massive control throw on the ailerons. Ailerons are like basically the entire length of the wing. It's unbelievable. And it's like, I believe it's like 100 inches long, because it can hardly fit in my Nissan Rogue. But anyway, I just went back to the guy's place who gave me the plane. He gave it to me for a steal, about almost $400. A plane that was worth $5,000 when it's brand new and ready to fly. Man, I got a whole lot of stuff to do this winter. I got this plane he gave me for free. I got a battery for it, and the battery he gave me still works in it. I just put a tail wheel on it today. Went to the local hobby shop, bought a tail wheel. That one just spins freely. I know it's not in the right position right now, but it just spins freely. And it stays straight when you're going down the runway, so it's a perfect tail wheel. It should work on the grass. And it's just a elevator rudder plane that doesn't have ailerons, and it's a clipped ring J3 Cub, I believe. I think he built this one too. But anyway, he built that Cardin aircraft, and he just gave me like a $400 propeller plus a wooden prop he already gave me. The wooden ones, I believe you gotta balance. I don't think the carbon fiber ones you balance at all, because they're ready to go. But I got 2 carbon fiber propellers. I just picked up the wing bolts for the wings of the airplane, and some nuts and washers and other screws for it, because he forgot to give me the wing bolts. So I believe these are the right bolts here. The big long ones are for the wings. 2 in each wing, I believe, or 3 or 4 in each wing. Whatever, but anyway, I got that. Actually, it was out in the shed. I want to go out right now and show you. Actually, yeah, I'll show you guys the freaking aircraft I picked up for less than $400. An aircraft that's worth $5,000 fucking dollars, but it's brand new. And sorry, I'm swearing, but frick, this is just crazy. Here, I gotta do this. I gotta go to the shed. This is my toy shed right now. I live at my parents' house. Want to move out next year or so, but this is the big toy shed right here. Oh, you guys know I'm in Canada because we got snow in the winter, so we got snowmobiles. My own is actually getting fixed right now at a local dealership. It's getting a new engine rebuilt. The engine rebuilt. Then we're getting new tires on the old farm quad. This is the farm quad. It's like a racing utility one, 2-in-1. It's really nice. It's got bushwhackers on it and the guard on the front. Goes through the bush like no tomorrow. Anyway, guys, this is the big surprise right here. This is a Cardin aircraft, and I was going to cover up the rest of it, but there you go. It's a CUDA, so I believe it is a Yak 54 scaled off, because I was able to pull some pictures off the internet and videos, and this is a Yak 54. I believe it is. Drop a comment if it is, but the wing is exact same as the other one. Massive. They're damn good high-tech servos on this thing. Look at the propeller on it. It's got a gas engine, 50cc spark plug. There's the exhaust. The big carbon rods. Yes, it's got carbon rods on it. It's got Spectrum on it. I believe it's a, it's a 9-channel AR9000. So it will work. I might want to upgrade the electronics in here. I think it's got a fail-safe system in it. So if there's 2 batteries in the front, and I think one battery controls the fuel system, unless it's ran by its own way. But I think there's 2 batteries that go in there. If one were to ever fail, it'll still keep running. And then, of course, the receiver has its own battery. So the only battery I need to figure out is which one to get for the receiver. I already have the ones for the front up here. They're the same ones, and they both work. And I'm going to probably replace the fuel lines in here, because I don't want any dirt in the engine. I'm going to put all new fuel lines in. Might get a new tank as well, but it's a Dubro S24 tank. Anyway, I got 8 minutes, and I can keep recording. I can record longer than 10 minutes. I'm actually using YouTube. So on this Spectrum receiver, at this time when this plane was built, when he built it, this technology was just coming out. Like, it was being rolled out. So it's just got 1 remote receiver. My other 9-channel can take up to 3, plus a satellite one too. This one, I don't think it can take satellite. It's a little bit different than the 9030T, but it's got 4 auxiliary channels. It's got the throttle, aileron, elevator, rudder, the gear. That's weird. There's a servo plug into the gear. That's weird. And then it's got aux 1, aux 2. Those are all the auxiliary systems for the electronics of the motor, I believe, and whatnot. And it's got 1 remote receiver, but it doesn't have aux 4 being used. And I think there's 4 rows. Oh, I'm not too sure. Oh shit, there is. Oh yeah, there's a data, and then there's a bind plug into it, or some other thing, but it's got some weird plugins. Anyone know what receiver this is and what the bottom ports are? I think those are ones for on the top. It's just got, let's see, it's just got the one on the bottom. So it looks like it's a receiver plug-in. So that one must go. This one here goes to the wing. This one goes to the wing. Let's see. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know where the receiver plugs in. The receiver battery plugs into. Because the cable's there. But oh, it's down at the bottom. This looks like the ignition cut off. So yeah, it's really cool. And look at that. Wait for it. Remove before flight kill switch. Oh yeah, isn't that awesome? Anyway, this plane is in need of repairs. I guess the last guy the guy who got it from, he had a hard landing. This is a foam core design, so it's balsa structure frame, and then it's balsa supports, and then the foam core is on the outside, and the cloth goes on that. The foam doesn't actually support it. It's just a cover. And I think it's about an inch or half an inch thick or something. Somewhere around there. Anyway, the only damage it has, it's got a Canadian flag on it. Canadians are the best, and they rule. Hold on, I gotta move the prop. Gotta get it out of the way so I can stand it up. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, it wants to go to that side, so I don't want to hold on today. I'll just go here. So it's got a hole. The landing gear came off, and I guess one of the wheels hit in there and broke it off. But the frame is not broke. But the foam core, it's just a small little piece of foam I need to put back in. I think what I should be able to do is, there's no balsa damage really, it's just a thin layer. I think what I'm going to do is just make a piece of foam, get it in there, and then once it's glued in, I'm just going to use a hot wire to shape it the size, and then cover it up with the material. And then on the front where the gear's broken, that is the major fix right there. So there's damage to this side right here that has to be fixed. This isn't actually cracked or broken. It just fell off where it's been glued, so I think it's repairable. It should be. That's what the guy told me. This side here has got more damage right here. So the foam isn't too bad, but that's going to have to be fixed up really damn good. But the gear's in place, but I won't back. He just said he says I wouldn't want to fly it the way it is now. And then there's a little tear in the horizontal stab, but the wood has just been pressed in. Nothing's broken off because it's not loose. It's not moving. I can't move it. What I'm probably going to do is I can do this one myself. Probably the same with this hole. Do that myself. I'm going to fill this in with epoxy, and then I'm going to get a carbon fiber strip or whatever patch, and then patch it up, and then just paint the yellow or put a yellow vinyl over just to cover up the black, just to match it for the paint. But these are all like top of the line servos. Like, they don't get any better than that. The rudder servo is the biggest on this, next to the elevators. I mean, to the ailerons. It's a bigger size. Expensive servos too. I think each servos cost probably 20 bucks each or 30 bucks each. Maybe more. But this is like a $5,000 airplane right here, if it was ready to fly. So that's about it. The wings have no damage at all. Like, there's nothing in the wings. The wings are perfect. I think this is the only wing here that might need some vinyl replaced right there. But other than that, I'm going to probably take a look at it and get started on that little tear, and then I'm going to start working on that hole first. The landing gear I'm going to worry about later. I'm not going to fly it this year. I'm just going to do what I can do, and then I'll leave the rest to a guy in my club who actually has experience building airplanes like this. and I know I can fly this. There's no way in doubt that I can fly this. Like, the hardest part's what's gonna happen is once this is done, because I know the engine might need work, but he told me it should run fine. You just gotta put fresh fuel in it, and keep starting, and then if it floods, just let it drain out and stuff. It's a gas engine. It shouldn't be hard to start. It's not a diesel or anything. But the hardest part after it's fixed is going to be setting up on my transmitter. The throws are going to be completely different than it is with any of my foamies or whatever. Like, I don't know what to expect for the throws. I'm probably going to put it in low rates and mid rates, but this plane does not have a gyro. I don't think I can put a gyro on it. I might be able to, but if I do that, I might have to upgrade the receiver, because I don't think there's a gyro on this plane. Okay, and a gyro would be nice. Be like having AS3X on it. But and then probably this weekend I'm gonna just clean it up, get the dust and dirt off. There's no dirt or dust inside the fuselage, and it's not dusty in here at all. So anyway, this is it for this video. Like and subscribe. It's a carbon fiber propeller. Pop. Carbon fiber. I somehow have I think I have a thing with carbon fiber. Whoever mentioned carbon rods, I'm now hooked on carbon fiber. Carbon fiber. Carbon rods. Oh, you want to see the canopy? Pretty sure it looks like a Yak 54. Yeah. And that's just held in by the bolts, or it's got bolts on there. But it's really cool and stuff, so I'm excited. This is my biggest airplane, I believe. It is bigger. It looks like the same size as a Cessna 150, but I don't think it is. It's a little bit bigger. Well, it's definitely longer than that. It's longer than the Cessna, but I think the wingspan is roughly around the same size, because I think it's an 85-inch or something. It's around that mark, but it's a big airplane, and there's bigger ones out there. Like, I'll probably someday have an airplane with a DA-100 or something bigger than that, or 150. This is just a DLE 55, I believe, or 50. It is a 50 cc's. It's either a DLE 55, I'm pretty sure is what it is. I don't know if DLE is still around for engines, but... And then this plane also has wheel coverings on it. I might do that, but I think the guy took them off because he wasn't having good luck with them on the grass. But I'm probably going to put different wheels on it. Bigger ones, probably softer ones. These ones are rubber, but they're not that soft. So I might get new wheels for it too. The tail wheel I might just leave. But I'm definitely going to get wider wheels for it, and then try and put those wheel coverings on. Try and actually make it look like it, because I don't like the way it's looking right now with the gear. It just looks funky and weird and stuff. And yeah, if I do get a new fuel tank for this, I will probably put one in with a separate smoke tank in it, because there's so much room in this airplane for a bigger fuel tank. Like, I can definitely put a wider one in there and a longer tank in there, and have just a small smoke tank in this side or whatever, right? Because that'd be pretty cool to have. And I'm definitely mounting run cams to this. That's my next thing. I'm hoping to get a couple for my birthday. But anyway, that's it. It's the end of this video. It's mostly about what I got and good news about the MiG 17. I don't care what you say on the comments, okay? If you think you don't believe me, I'll show you the receipt when I get the jet here. But I did not pay for a new one. I don't even want to get a whole new plane. I just need the fuselage with the wiring in it, and that's it. But they're sending me a new one back. So it's a good thing I didn't put the free wing servos into the MiG 17. So I'm going to have a winter project to do. I'm probably going to convert it to 8S if I don't like it on 6S setup. But I know what to do next time. Next time I fly, I'm definitely going to use the air brakes, and I'm definitely going to use full flaps, or I'm probably not going to use flaps, but maybe take off flaps on landing, and then have full air brakes, and then just let it float down, because last time I came in, this is a little bit too quick, but it slowed right down. I think I slowed it right down to the point right before it landed is where I could have landed it safely, but it just bounced like they say they do. So I'm going to try it better, and this time I might just fly it anywhere, like somewhere where there's a paved strip that I can use instead of landing on grass, because I don't want to see it bounce, and I don't know what it'll do on pavement. I don't think it'll bounce as much on pavement, because if I slow it down to the right enough speed where the pavement would be flat, right? Like it would just slow down immediately. And compared to grass where it's rough, it will definitely bounce more on grass. But I don't know. I appreciate all you guys' videos about the MiG 17. Anyway, these two are my dad's. This is my dad's. He actually rides this one. This is his 800. It's a carb. It is a strong sled. And it's only got like 5,000 kilometers on it. It's pretty new, really. And then this is the old Arctic Cat. This is actually, I think this one is newer than this one. But this one I believe it's a fan, or is it liquid cooled, but it's a 500 and it's a 144. It's not a fast sled like that one is, but it's definitely a good sled to have around the farm. I also use it for just like taking out the drift seaser and making trails with this before I can get this one out. I towed the drag behind there, but yeah, that's about it. Anyway, so snow is going to be here pretty soon. The temperature's hanging around the 10-degree mark. It's dipping down to like 2 degrees every night now. So fall is here. The leaves are off the trees. They're almost off. The grass is more wetter. It's raining more often, and you guys' corn is about to come off. Anyway, that's it for my video today. Hope you all like and subscribe and enjoy. Farmer Man out. Peace.